Hey guys, welcome back to Conscious Conversation with me, Chrissy J. Today's video is going to be the first one in a series of 4 to go over the 12 insights that are in the Celestine Prophecy series by James Redfield. And they just really were like kind of a turning point for me, learning all this, reading these books and everything. So I've suggested this book to a bunch of people. I don't know how many people are actually reading it, but I just decided I should make these videos just to cover just the insights for people who don't want to read them or aren't sure if they want to read them yet or whatever. So these insights come from various like ancient texts and scriptures and all that. It's kind of just like everything mixed together. That's kind of why they resonated with me so much, because it was like everything that I had learned about separately being integrated together, and each insight leads into the next one, and all of that, they all tie together. So I decided I should share them with you guys. So I'm going to do 4 videos, and there's going to be 3 insights covered in each video for the next few weeks or whatever. I don't think I'm going to do my Sunday videos on this, just the Friday ones. Leave the Sunday ones open more to like free talk. Let's go over the first 3 today. The first one is noticing synchronicities. And in the book, it's called Mass Consciousness. Just the easiest way for me to summarize it is noticing synchronicities. So this is like when you start to recognize coincidences as actually synchronicities and not coincidences that are just meaningless, but instead something that is like a message to you from the universe. These are really easy to see, like in retrospect. The forks in the road and stuff like that we've went through in our lives, where just the right thing happened to lead us to just the right place. So it's really easy to look back and see them in retrospect. The hard thing is to start seeing them in real time and recognizing them and thinking, what does this mean? And kind of deciphering the meaning for you and taking it and using it for your own life. There's lots of different forms of synchronicities. It can be all kinds of stuff. It can be numbers, seeing the same numbers over and over. It can be meeting somebody or having something happen just because you were at the right place at the right time. There's all kinds of different ways that synchronicities can happen in our lives. And in the books, I'm not sure if he suggested in the book or maybe it's just on his website, because the thing is these books are like in parable form. So it's like a story that teaches you, but these, like, he has a website where he goes over all kinds of different stuff and explains that this is very much real life and how to like apply it to your real life and everything. One of the things I think that wasn't in the book but was on the website that he suggests to really get good at noticing these synchronicities and starting to decipher what they mean is to every single day ask yourself, what is my life question today? What's most important to me? What is the one thing that I care about most? What's the number one question? And then after doing that, acknowledging synchronicities, thinking about what synchronicities will come to me today to help me with this life question that I have. And a big part of this is just recognizing that these synchronicities are coming to you to help you lead yourself to being more in alignment with your life purpose and what you came here for. So it's like little messages from the universe to help lead you into alignment, pretty much. This leads into the next insight, which is recognizing spiritual design. In the book, it's called The Longer Now. And this is just kind of when we acknowledge the universe isn't like some dead place where things just kind of happen however they happen, but that there's like a spiritual design behind it all, and that it's all based in energy and everything's connected and all of that. Recognizing the way that karma works and all that, how that karma is even there in the first place, understanding that like when you do bad things are going to happen to you, when you do good things are going to happen to you, that kind of stuff is the next step in these insights. A good way to start to understand this too is when you start to look back at the past like 1,000 years in our history and look at it as an actual like spiritual journey of humankind itself and the evolution of it over the past 1,000 years and where it's going now, where we're at, where we're headed and everything. It helps a lot. You've got to be able to look back and recognize how through technology and everything we've gotten ourselves to this point, and how going through this stage of like materialism that we went through and getting really comfortable was a key part in getting to where we're going right now, and starting to like ask the questions of what is the meaning of life again and stuff like that, now that we've gotten ourselves comfortable and we've got the technology and everything. So it's like we're basically moving from materialism to spirituality instead. We gotten so the way that this happened is we wanted to know the meaning of life, but it was harder to figure that out, and so we just kind of went and focused on science stuff we could prove, stuff we could figure out through experiments and stuff, and put spirituality on the back burner because we didn't know really what our meaning was here. And so then we got so used to this that it's like being comfortable and being materialistic has become our meaning for life in our minds. We think that we're here just to go to school and work hard and go through college and get a good job and have a house and a wife and kids and big nice cars and houses and all that, and die. Like we think that materialistic things are the meaning of our life because we had to settle into a materialistic way to even be comfortable where we are right now. So the difference now is that we're starting to see that we got so busy trying to survive, trying to be comfortably surviving, that we forgot the meaning of life is not surviving. What are we surviving for? That's what question we kind of forgot for a long time that we're starting to ask again now. And a really helpful thing in this is looking at the world in the way that the ancients did versus the way that the media does, because the way that we are shown the world today is that that's exactly what it is. We're just here to get a bunch of stuff for a while and pass it on to our kids and die. And that's not the way that the ancients looked at the world. They wanted to know the meaning of life. They wanted to dive deep into that. And that's kind of what we have to do to be able to start to get back in alignment and go through our next phase in this long human evolution we've been going through. And so basically, a big step of this insight of the reason that it's called the longer now is because once you recognize this spiritual design and everything, the next part of this step is that you've got to actually live it. You can't just talk about it. You can't just like know it. You can't just talk the talk. You gotta walk the walk. And this happens when we like really live in the now as much as we can and really pay attention in the now so that we can recognize the synchronicities that we talked about in the last insight. And when you live in the now and you're really paying attention to your environment, it's a lot easier to recognize those synchronicities and start to decipher them. So that's a big part of how the synchronicities goes into this insight. The third insight is recognizing the karmatic design of the universe. In the book, it's called A Matter of Energy. It's basically when you start to realize that every single thing at its smallest level is energy, so we are all one, we're all part of the same field of energy, which I talked more about in a past video about energy if you want to watch that. If you want to understand that deeper, that was understanding vibrations and frequencies. That'll be linked below also. And so when we want to start to recognize the karmatic design of the universe, we have to, and once you've realized that it's all energy and that it's all connected and plays off each other, then you have to start understanding that if you want to be more in alignment with your path, the key to this is giving. Because of like the law of attraction, which I also covered in a previous video. When you are giving and to others, you're going to attract giving things to yourself. The universe is going to give to you what you need on your path. It's really important not to just be giving people like gifts. That's not what I mean. I mean trying to help people on their own paths. Telling people what you intuitively feel you need to tell them to help them on their own path. So when we talk about giving here, it's not materialism, because we're stepping out of that into a spiritual view. You're giving spiritually. You're trying to help them on their spiritual path. And so then, because of the law of attraction, you're going to attract it back to yourself and get further and further, faster and faster. So it's just understanding that helping other people brings helping situations, and even people who will help you to your life that will also be getting these intuitive thoughts to tell you that will be exactly what you needed to hear, and vice versa. This helps us get more, like, it raises our vibration and helps us get on a more vibrational level that is closer to the divine, because we are basically being like helpers of the divine, because all the divine or consciousness or the universe or whatever you want to call it is concerned with is expansion. So when you're helping other people expand and they're coming and helping you expand, you're being a piece, like a tool. You're being a tool to the universe, helping the universe expand virtually, because you're expanding your own, not only yourself, but also you can also see this karmatic design with people who take instead of give. If you're a taker and you're trying to take things from everybody instead of being a giving person, you're going to have things taken from you. You're not going to be attracting situations that are giving to you. You're going to be attracting situations that are taking from you. Or if you're greedy, you're going to attract greed. That's just how it works. So we can see how this works both ways. It just depends on how you choose to use it and move forward with it. I think a really important part of this is understanding this is not about punishment or reward. Karma is not a punishment and reward system. I just feel like that's what people in general think when they first learn about karma, and that's not what it is. The reason that it works the way it does is so that when we are being ways that we shouldn't be, it is brought to our attention through the things that are drawn to us that are the same, that are matching that vibration. So whenever we are doing good things, the reason that it's happening is to bring to our the good things are coming to us when we're doing these good things, to bring to our awareness that we are on the right path and we're going the right way. So it's not about punishment or reward, it's just about helping us on our path and helping us stay in alignment. Also, whenever you start to get more in touch with this karmatic design and understanding everything is energy, you'll naturally start to see things more beautifully. Like, nature will appear more beautiful the more in line you get with yourself, in alignment. And so that's like a really good sign that you're on the right path, because naturally when you're starting to understand everything is one and you're trying to see the good in everybody and trying to see what good you can bring to them, you're going to start to see things as more beautiful people and things. Another part of this, attracting as much as we can, that is what we need to be in alignment, is making this your number one priority. This has to be what you care about most if you want to get the most out of it. Basically, you've got to like live this out every day. You can't just care about spirituality every weekend or every once a month you think about it and start researching. You've got to bring it into your mind and make it a priority to you every single day to get in the closest alignment with your path and what you're supposed to be doing. Until you're ready to do that, you're just not going to be able to get in alignment right. And I've seen this a lot because I know a lot of people that are kind of into this stuff or kind of understand it a little bit, get the general idea, but don't want to like live it every day. And if you don't live it every day, you won't be able, you can only go so far on your path and getting into alignment. So it's really important to be living it every day. So these are the first 3 insights, and next week we will cover the 4th, 5th, and 6th. So I hope that you guys liked this video, and I hope that you'll read the book because it's really great. I'm not kidding, it changed my life. This series changed my life. It just is what really brought everything together. Anyways, until next time, stay beautiful as always, and I'll see you guys later this week.